Hello Sadis, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Today is Monday and the date is the 22nd of February 2021. Today we will move to lesson 4, page 62-63. Please open your box with me. We will start with page 62 as you know, and we will review the grammar that we have already talked about. نراجع الجرامر اللي حكينا عنها سابقا, and we have some exercises about it. So this lesson is just a revision. هو عبارة عن مراجعة الجرامر that we have already talked about. So let's start with exercise number 1, which is the revision. First, we are talking about the adjectives. الحصة السابقة حكينا عن adjectives that describe feelings and adjectives that describe people, things or happenings. So when we talk about your feeling, we use the adjectives that end with eds, just like excited, interested, bored, embarrassed. So all of these adjectives are talking about your feeling. تحكي عن مشاعرنا. And when we use an adjective to describe something, نوصف فيه شخص ما أو شيء ما أو حدث ما, بستخدم the adjectives that end with ing. Exciting, interesting, boring, embarrassing. We have talked about it the previous lesson. حكينا عنه في الحصة السابقة. Okay? So, and this is a revision for the F clause type 2. حكينا ال F clause type 2 بنستخدم for impossible productions أو impossible situations, أشياء مستحيلة. We use it with the F clause. بشق ال F بدي استخدم simple past. الشق الثاني بده يكون would or could plus a base verb. Just like these examples. If I had enough money, had simple past, I would buy a laptop. I would buy. This is the other clause. هذا الشق الثاني من السنتنس. طبعا إذا ابتدأت بشق الwould رح أشيل الكوما مثل ما انتم شايفين هون في كوما, هون حذفتها. I would buy a laptop if I had enough money. with the question form برضو حكينا عنه. بدي أبتدأ بأداة السؤال what, بعديها مباشرة بدي أختار شق الwould. لازم الwould, بس بقلب ما بين subject and the would. So what would you buy if you had enough money? Okay, this is another example. If I didn't have so much homework, as you see, didn't have, this is a simple past. I would go out. If I didn't have so much homework, I wouldn't stay home. إذا شق الwould ممكن يجي would and wouldn't. ممكن أكتبه منفي أو مثبت. Okay. بحالة question, where would you go if you didn't have so much homework? Where ابتدأت بأداة السؤال plus would plus the subject. So where would you go if you didn't have so much homework? طبعا هون حط لك إنه أنا ممكن أختصر I would مثل ما أنا بختصر isn't, I'm not, I am. ممكن أختصرها بالpronoun plus comma D, just D. This mean I would. This is abbreviation. هو عبارة عن اختصار لازم إحنا نعرفه علشان لما نشوفه بالجمل ما نستغربه. I would, I, comma D or apostrophe D. This is abbreviation. Okay. Now we will move to exercise number 2. Complete the sentences. Use the prompts. We need to complete the sentences طبعا بالاعتماد على قاعدة ال F clause. With the F, we will use the past tense or the simple past. With the other clause, we will use would plus a base verb. إذن الجملة الأولى, if I شق ال F نتفرج في عنا F, so I will use the past form. So if I received an email from Joe, I would be very surprised. I would be. الشق الثاني بده يكون would plus the base verb. طبعا بالاعتماد على الverb between the brackets, between الفعل اللي ما بين أقواس هو اللي أنا بدي أستخدمه. Number 2, again if you, so I start with if clause, بدي أستخدم ال past tense of sing, the simple past. If you sang well, you will get a part in the play. You would get a part in the play. Number 3, if I, نتفرج في عنا not بحالة simple past. النفي بدي أستخدم didn't. So if I didn't have 3 cats, if I didn't have, I would have more free time. إذن يا سادس بشق الإف بدي أستخدم simple past. بحالة النفي بدي أستخدم didn't. الشق الثاني بدي يكون دائما would or could. بحالة النفي wouldn't or couldn't. number 4 مثل ما انتم شايفين أنا ابتدأت بشق الwould بدليل إنه ما في عندي كلمة if and we don't have a comma in the middle of the sentence, and we have if in the middle of the sentence, so the first clause will be with would. So I would call the police if I, the past tense of hear, heard, if I heard strange noises. Number 5, I, anybody, your secret, if you, me. طبعا again we don't have if at the first of the sentence, we have if at the middle of the sentence, we don't have comma, so we start with would clause. I wouldn't tell anybody your secret if you told me. If you told me. اوكي طبعا مثل ما انتم شايفين الشق الاول استخدمت wouldn't لانه في عنا not, في عنا نفي ما بين اقواس، في عنا not. So I used I wouldn't tell anybody your secret if you told me. Okay. Now let's move to exercise number 3. Number 3, we need to unscramble the words and write questions and answer them. احنا ما بدنا الإجابة، بدنا بس إنه احنا نكتب الأسئلة. So let's start with the first question. Try to unscramble the words يا سادس. نتفرج على الكلمات. You, school, feel, best, how, if, moved, would, your, to, friend, another. We have question mark. So we will start with the question word. بدنا نستخدم أداة سؤال at the beginning of the sentence, and it will be how. As you see, it is a capitalized word. So how. بعد how مباشرة بحالة الإف كلوز بيجي شق الwould. So how would you feel if your best friend moved to another school? The answer will be I would be very sad. For example, I would be very sad. Number 2, we cure away what parents would for you do a, if, went, and a question mark. بما انه عندي أداة سؤال بدي ابتدأ السؤال بأداة سؤال which is what, because it is a capitalized word. So what would you do if your parents went away for a week? And the answer may be I would invite my friends to my home or house. طبعا إجابة الأسئلة مش ملزمين فيها يا سادس، ممكن نكتب إجابات تانية إذا أنتوا حابين. So I would invite my friends to my house. Number 3, we have again a question mark. So the question will be نتفرج على capitalized words. It is if. So if you could invite your parents for a meal, where would you take them? نتفرج هون يا سادس على غير المعتاد. بدأنا بشق الإف، إذا نستنتج إنه أنا ممكن أبتدئ بشق الإف بس في شروط محددة. الشرط أولا إنه أنا أحط كوما ما بين شق الإف وشق السؤال. ثانيا الشق الثاني شق الwould بده يبتدئ بأداة السؤال plus would plus the subject. So if you could invite your parents for a meal, where would you take them? I would take them to McDonald's, for example. Again, you don't have to write the same answers. الإجابات مش ملزمين فيها يا سادس. Number 4, F3, what you movie got would A, U, C pass? And the question mark. The question will start with what, as you see. So what movie would you see if you got a free pass and choose your movie? So I would see Bumblebee, for example. I choose a film. You can choose another film if you want. Okay. Now we will move directly to page 63. 63 طبعا مثل ما احنا شايفين. Exercise number 4 and 5. Look at these at the strange things Mr. Babalu sells in his store. This is Mr. Babalu and this is his store, and he sells a strange thing. طبعا السؤال بيحكي لك انه choose an item that you would buy from the store. يعني اختار شغلة انت بدك تشتريها من Babalu store and tell me why. ليش انت بدك تشتري this item. طبعا this is not it's not required. هو مش مطلوب منكم. إذن you can delete it. ممكن إنه نشطبه، مش بحاجته أبدا. Okay. Now and we will move directly to exercise number 6. So exercise number 4 and 5 مشطوبين يا سادس. Okay. So number 6, write about the things the children could do. This is a homework. Okay. So I will write you some sentences. You can take it. يعني ممكن تاخذوا الإجابات اللي أنا كتبتها and you can write another examples or another choices. ممكن نختار أشياء مختلفة. So let's start with the first one. If I were invisible غير مرئية, I would travel the world, for example. You can choose another thing. This is a homework. بدي إجابات مختلفة منكم. Okay. Number 2, if I could talk to the animals, I would visit the zoo daily. For example, رح أزور حديقة الحيوانات. Okay, سادس. Number 3 and 4 is a homework. هو عبارة عن واجب. Write your own sentences and send it to me, please, kindly. And طبعا بهيك بتكون خلصت حصة اليوم. Thank you and have a nice day يا سادس. Bye bye.